Welcome back to Great Day
sorry.
St. Louis. Are you okay?
No, I was going to...
Did you want to say something?
Well, I was, but it's
excited.
connected to what you're doing.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead and read the thing.
Well, we are so excited to be on the road this week in Florissant, leading up to the city's big fall festival this Sunday.
And you have to understand that when we say on the road, I think people expect that. I did the thing this morning. I said, we're on the road in Florissant. And I thought people were going to come. We're on the road all week.
Yes.
That's what it means. We're visiting, we're doing different things, talking about it. But then on Friday, we actually are on the road for our big
Physically
live
on the
show.
road.
The
Right.
one where you get the free breakfast. Florissant is a city with a long history, a rich history, and you can learn all about it just by looking down the sidewalk along Francis Street.
The mayor of Florissant, quite a history buff himself, as you guys know, offered us a look into his city's past.
Founded in 1786, Florissant is older than St. Louis County. It's older than the state of Missouri. It's even older than the Constitution of the United States. Our history walk has 24 brass sidewalk plaques honoring those who inspire us. Our fall festival blocks off St. Francis Street from Florissant Road to St. Ferdinand Shrine, so visitors need only look down at the sidewalk to see our story. In 1786, the Spanish governor commissioned Francis Dunnigan as commandant and named our village for the Spanish saint, St. Ferdinand. An American saint, Rose Philippine Deschênes, arrived in 1818 and lived in what is now St. Ferdinand Shrine, where pioneer Jesuit priest Peter de Smet was ordained in 1827. The Western Indians called him the Black Robe out of great respect. Mother Deschênes told Father de Smet that she loved Florissant because they had the quality of hospitality. Everyone will feel our welcome at the Fall Festival. Gregory Aubuchon was our first mayor with the 1857 charter. Mayor Charles Costello served from 1865 to 1893, and his dad founded Florissant, Colorado. Mayor Sidney Garrett established what is now the Florissant Valley Fire Protection District in 1918. Mayor Art Bangert was the father of modern Florissant by initiating public works, police, a library, and a 1939 election to change our name to Florissant. Henry Koch was elected the last mayor of the 1857 charter in 1960. A board of freeholders, including our late historian Rosemary Davison, drafted a charter that voters approved in 1963 when Mayor James J. Egan was elected. He died in office in 2000 after 37 years of dedicated service. Mayor Emeritus Robert G. Lowry started our history walk and served 22 years as police chief and 10 as mayor, retiring in 2011. In 2011, after 32 years serving on the city council, I was elected the third mayor under the 1963 charter. Others in our Walk of Fame that might be recognized outside of Florissant are bowler Dick Weber, County Councilman Don Bond, grocer Henry Hendel, and the late Johnny Londoff Sr.,
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet,
whose jingle still sells and whose example still inspires, as do all who are honored in our Walk Through History.
So those historical plaques run right along St. Francis Street, which, of course, is the site of this Sunday's Florissant Fall Festival. Huge festival. Like 30,000 people turn out for this thing each year. It's crazy. Runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on St. Francis, right in Old Town Florissant. Got live entertainment on each block. You've got children's activities. There's a chili cook-off, flower show, craft fair, flea market, food booths, a car show. They squeeze everything into this fair. There's a little something there for everybody. And again,
Great Day St. Louis Live.
And Great Day St. Louis Live the Friday before. But the Big Fall Festival this Sunday, 11 to 5.
You gotta love a mayor who can just rattle
Oh,
things.
and let me tell you, there was a lot more to the story, and we kept telling him, now listen, for TV purposes, we need to...
You're not the whole
and he's
show,
like,
you know
really?
that,
Are
right?
you sure?
All right, we're going to give you a little preview of the Florissant Fall Festival this Friday, live from Florissant City Hall. And you can come too. Yep, free breakfast. You can come from 8 to 10 and watch the show live.
Welcome back, my friends. Hopefully you have heard by now that Great Day is on the road this week in Florissant. About 52,000 folks live in that city, and I think we might have managed to figure out why they're all so happy. Probably has something to do with the city's great parks and amenities.
We have 20 parks, anything from the little pocket parks that might have an acre to our Sunset Park, which has about 108 acres. Plus we have a golf course.
This is St. Ferdinand Park, one of Florissant's larger parks. Beautiful lake, gazebo, baseball fields, and get this.
Our wonderful sand volleyball court that even has the white sand.
Yeah, that's right. Side out. White sand. Pavilions and playgrounds are everywhere you look here, as you'd expect, but Florissant offers some unique amenities as well. Prime example, grab your horseshoes and head for Bangert Park.
We have a 12-unit horseshoe pit. We have a nice club, and they're out there a couple times a week, I do believe. And our tank is over there that kids love to climb on.
Or throw your bow in the car and cruise over to Coke Park for
Our archery range that we have, which, again, I don't think a lot of residents of Florissant even realize that we have that over there. The other new thing that we have is our disc golf course. That's over at our Dunnigan Park. I think that's a little gem that people don't know about. It has some beautiful playgrounds and a couple of picnic tables hidden in the woods. We have a dog park as well. That's over at our Duchesne Park. We have a small side and a side for larger dogs.
It's easy to forget how close Florissant sits to the Missouri River until you visit Sunset Park. Boy, it's tough to beat this view from the Nature Lodge.
You can look at the river. It's just a really beautiful sight over there.
I hate to leave all this scenery, but it's time to head inside for a bit. So they've got not one, but two state-of-the-art public fitness centers here in the Florissant area. One right here at the James Egan Community Center. The other one's over at the JFK Community Center. My left arm's supposed to be tingling? Yeah, while I get that checked out, I'll tell you that the James J. Egan Center also features an outdoor ice rink, an indoor pool with an indoor-outdoor slide that the kids absolutely love, not to mention the huge gym and game lounge. And then there's the John F. Kennedy Community Center.
There we have a gymnasium for basketball. We have our gymnastics class there. We have our larger of the two youth lounge that has about 5 pool tables, air hockey, bubble hockey, shuffleboard. And JFK also has a racquetball court.
Combine all these amenities with 2 outdoor pools and, well, let's just say it's hard to get bored in the city of Florissant. And you can come enjoy the beautiful city of Florissant in person right along with us this Friday morning. We hope you do. We're doing our entire show live from Florissant City Hall at 9 a.m. But you can join us a little earlier, starting at about 8 o'clock for breakfast, Claire. We hope everybody comes out.
You didn't put the adjective in there that Kent loves to put in there. Free breakfast.
Free breakfast.
Yeah,
Old Town Donuts, by the way, which we're going to talk about later in the show.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Matt.
Welcome back, everybody. Great day on the road all this week in Florissant. And as we selected our stories for this week, I really wanted to make sure we weren't missing any of the local favorites. So I asked one of News 4's own Florissant natives for some advice on where we should go. Bill McCormick, one of the News 4 newsroom managers. Hey, Bill, you grew up in Florissant, right? Proud?
Yeah.
We are doing a whole on-the-road theme week there for Great Day. If there's one spot that we absolutely do not miss, what would it be?
Old Town Donuts.
Old Town Donuts. And where did you get married?
About a mile from Old Town Donuts. Old Town Donuts. Old Town Donuts.
What's the name of your firstborn son? Old Town Donuts. So what you're saying is we should probably go to Old Town Donuts?
Oh, yeah. Old Town Donuts.
Let's go. I hear you guys come here every single day. Is that true?
Just about.
Yes, sir. What is it about Old Town Donuts that makes it such a comfy place?
Oh, it's a donuts.
They let us come here.
So what did you decide to go with today?
I went with majority glaze.
Nice.
I went with blueberry.
Awesome.
And then I went with the vanilla cake.
What makes these donuts better than everybody else's?
Evidently, there's a quality, evidently.
I'm actually from Illinois, and I drive all the way over here just to get the donuts from here.
That's what I'm talking about. Solving the world's problems one donut at a time. That's what Keith and the crew here at Old Town Donuts do. Isn't that right, Keith?
That's right.
I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you got a line out the door here. What is it that is so different about what you guys do and keeps people coming back?
We make all our donuts by hand every day. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have 3 shifts a day. So no matter when you come in, you're going to get a fresh donut. You're going to get a donut that will just melt in your mouth. You're going to be very, very happy.
Because it just came off the line in the back. Do you have big customer favorites that they always come back for?
Well, you know that the #1 donut still is the glaze. And then #2, Long Johns.
This, my friend, is a manhole cover in Flavortown, right there.
The apple fritters are huge, and they will fill you up. 1 donut will fill you up, I guarantee it.
I got to say something about the fellas working in the back, too. It's a well-oiled machine back there.
They're very well-trained, and it takes a long time to become a baker, just like you would a plumber or an electrician. It's not as easy as you think.
This week's all about Florissant, and you guys have been an important part of the Florissant community for a long time.
Almost 50 years.
Almost 50 years, and the line's still out the door. That's a good sign. Man, you want to talk about a true Florissant staple. That is it. And in 2012, Old Town Donuts opened a second location up in Cottleville, too. So here's what you do, people. On your way into town this Sunday for the Big Fall Festival, you pick up a dozen. Then on your way out of town, you pick up a second dozen for the road.
Good idea.
Florissant's Old Town Fall Festival runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on St. Francis Street, right in Old Town Florissant this Sunday. Live entertainment on each block, kids' activities, chili cook-off, flower show, craft fair, flea market. A little bit of something for everybody, honestly, down there.
And we'll have some free ones at our live show
We
on Friday.
sure will. They're
Forward to
coming
that.
out.
Now I'm hungry. Great days on the road in Florissant all week long. And to kick things off yesterday, we talked about the city's rich history.
And today we go inside a popular Florissant restaurant that respects its history but really focuses on today.
Here is a look at the very warm and inviting Hendel's restaurant.
A cool day here on the patio at Hendel's as we brace for the lunchtime rush. Christina knows all about it. She's at the helm here at Hendel's. And I got to tell you, as an outsider looking in, here's what I'm struck by this place. A real respect for the history. You've kept a lot of it original, yet you're still moving it forward, right?
We are so proud of being a part of Old Town Florissant, the history of Hendel's being the restaurant that we are, of growing into a 200-seated restaurant from a maybe 50-seated restaurant over the past 21 years.
It's early, but there's already a lot of very happy customers in the dining room, and a lot of them are return visitors. What are some of your best dishes that you throw out there?
We have some great dishes that we provide for lunch and for dinner, also breakfast on Sundays, but our signature dishes, I would say, would be our crab cakes. They are very, very popular for an appetizer. We have a great bruschetta. It's topped with a balsamic glaze that is delicious. And we also have a signature salmon dish that is aged and marinated, served with our fresh seasonal veggies and some orzo.
So how's the food here at Hendel's?
It's good.
Turkey brie sandwich.
Pulled pork sandwich.
Salmon BLT.
Where are you coming from?
From Hong Kong.
They're coming from Hong Kong to go to Hendel's. Make note of that. So this building doesn't belong to the Hendel family anymore, but that doesn't mean that the Hendels don't still occasionally stop by. I found one of them here, and Mary, you actually used to live upstairs, is that right?
Exactly. I lived upstairs. I was born and raised here in this building.
And it wasn't a restaurant at that time, obviously. What was it?
Grocery store.
Just between you and me, how's the food?
Food is excellent. I've never had a bad meal here.
And then there is the fantastic bar here at Hendel's. We're talking about a great selection of craft beers, rotating cocktails, always something new. Mike's the bar manager here. You've been here for what, 10 years?
10 years now, yeah.
What are you making?
For sure. This is called the Spice of Life. Pretty much, I try to do seasonal cocktails with a little twist on it. So we took green chartreuse, lit the bell pepper on fire. We used mezcal. Mezcal is a agave liqueur like tequila, a ancho chili liqueur, and fresh grapefruit. Shake all together.
Where he makes his money right here.
And strain. Give it a whirl.
Just be responsible, my friends. Don't
Yep.
fly off the handle in Hendel's. See what I did there?
Wow.
Such a cool place and a fun atmosphere, and slices through every demographic. I mean, there's folks that have been going there for years. There's folks that were there for their first or second time. And the building's got so much history. It was built in 1873 as kind of an old market and general store, and they've left a lot of the doors. There's a couple of pillars there that are literally the original structure.
I can't imagine what it would be like to grow up in a building and then go back there and visit and you know, as a and patronize it as a customer. That's
But still
great.
see it so very successful. It's got to be
Oh, sure.
incredible.
Yeah, a lot of memories in that building. That
No
had to be
question.
great. And I love that. That's a good drink for the cold and flu season because they sanitize the glass to start things off.
That's right. It's all
That's
clean.
good. Hey, we're talking Florissant all week long, and then we're going to be live at Florissant City Hall this Friday, and you should come visit us. We want you to come and visit us. We'll have free breakfast out there. You can come from 8 to 10 and watch the show live and eat the free breakfast. Did I mention it was free, the breakfast? It is.
Okay.
Should I disclose that I may have heard where the breakfast is coming from? Am I not supposed to say it?
Are we?
You're gonna like it. You just put it
Why
that
can't
way.
you say it?
It's desserty type pastries from a well-known Florissant place. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why? Why can't we say just
But
say
also
it?
breakfast. Okay, it's Old Town Donuts. All right, which we're gonna talk about.
Everybody
on the show.
loves that
I
place.
know it's some of the best.
He was trying to do a tease.
We may play dominoes while we're there.
Welcome back to Great Day St. Louis. Oh my, what a treat it has been so far this week being on the road in Florissant. One of our stories today takes us down a theatrical path to the Florissant Civic Center Theater, where I had a chance to talk with manager Gary Gatiss about a wonderful program that allows local students to see performances on the big stage.
Gary, the Florissant Civic Center Theater really is a gem in this community.
Yeah, it was built in 1972. This whole facility was built for $3.2 million. The theater portion alone, architects tell us, is worth over $10 million. It was a good investment.
National productions come to perform on this stage.
We do a children's series that is to die for, and it really does get a child's imagination sparked and drives them into the library with this page to the stage series.
What are the benefits of getting the kiddos into the theater to watch these performances?
Again, what happens is everything in life deserves at least a fair intro. It's almost like taking a child to the World Series as their first exposure to baseball. Sure, it works with Corey League and it works when you drag them out and they do that, but also it would work if I took you to the World Series and said, this is baseball. And that's what we try and do with these high caliber shows for young people. And we're making audiences for the arts. The Junior League approached this as a way to solve the graying of the audiences in the St. Louis area.
What performances are the kiddos watching today?
Today is Caps for Sale, and this is a 75-year-old piece. It was minted in 1939, and they revived it, which is a wonderful story about how monkeys steal a peddler's caps and actually help him in the end by making more caps for him. It's a wonderful musical.
I feel like the best way to get a very specific review would be from the kiddos themselves when they walk out.
If a child with their elementary class can make it a couple of times during their elementary school career, then Claire, I tell you what, we've got the hooks into them, and they're going to look for the best of the best the rest of their life, hopefully.
A man, a merry, mischievous monkey!
It was extremely entertaining and engaging. It kept the students' attention.
Did you laugh in there? Yeah. What was the play about?
About caps.
What did you like about the play?
The monkeys. When the monkeys kept spying on the man with the caps. That when the monkeys took the cat. When the cat was spying on the monkeys. The monkey.
The monkey. Do you think I should go watch the play?
Yeah. I think that introducing the arts to students allows them, it broadens their horizons, it helps to build background knowledge, it also shows them, that learning is a lot of fun too.
Hey, what can you say? Monkeys and Bananas, clearly a big hit there. You heard Gary mention the Junior League of St. Louis. Because of their fundraising efforts, students are able to see weekday matinee shows at a very reduced price, about $3 a ticket. They have incredible shows coming up, including Charlotte's Web, Seussical, and Peter Rabbit Tales. For more information, we made it easy for you. We put a link to the website on greatdaystlouis.com. And as a friendly reminder to all of you, you can certainly come enjoy the beautiful city of Florissant in person right along with us tomorrow morning. We are really looking forward to it. We are doing the show live from Florissant City Hall at 9 a.m. You can join us a little earlier, Matt, at 8 a.m. for some free breakfast.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I'll be there. Say free breakfast.
Yeah.
No, and it looks like the weather's going to cooperate, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Great fall day.
And I love the kids.
You like the monkeys. Everybody liked they couldn't get enough of it.
Well done, Claire. Welcome back. You wouldn't guess it to look at me. I get that. But I did grow up playing tennis. A lot of tennis. And as you may have heard by now, Great Day St. Louis is on the road this week in Florissant. So when I heard the city just completed state-of-the-art renovations on some of its own tennis courts, I had to go check them out. And along the way, I met a Florissant resident who may just be a year or two past his tennis prime, but I wouldn't want to go head-to-head with him. This is Charlie Dial, and Charlie is
98 years old. Too darn old.
I met Charlie and some of his family, including great-grandson Owen, when I visited these tennis courts in Florissant.
Florissant has really done something good here.
That's Charlie's son, John, and he's referring to the city's recent facelift right here at Tower Tennis Courts.
It's really fantastic. 4 wonderful courts.
The courts are made with post-tension concrete, less likely to crack and settle.
I've never seen a course this good.
And at the mayor of Florissant's request, Charlie christened these new courts by hitting the ceremonial first serve. That's remarkable, not because he's 98, but because just 3 years ago,
he fell backwards and broke the vertebrae, same as Christopher Reed's. I cracked it on both sides, had a neck brace for 6 months.
Charlie's doing very well now.
Healthy as can be.
Maybe he'll just sit back and watch John play from now on. Then again, maybe not.
When I grew up, it was rough playing tennis. He always beat me, and that's the reason why I never really took it up.
Charlie was the #1 player on his college team, and I mean, well, he is 98. Maybe Charlie knows something we don't.
Yeah, it's good exercise.
Since the courts reopened, the locals have really noticed a difference.
You see this court being really used the way it should be. I see more younger couples with kids, which is a good thing for Florissant.
I'm telling you, it's just proof that little things like that can really go a long way to improve a community. So, why not bring your tennis racket and a can of balls when you come to Florissant for this Sunday's Fall Festival? Festival, just as a reminder, runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on St. Francis Street in Old Town Florissant. Not very far from those tower tennis courts, as a matter of fact. You're talking about live entertainment on each block, children's activities, a chili cook-off, flower show, craft fair, flea market, food booths, a car show thrown in for good measure. There's something there for everybody. Again, that is this Sunday from 11 to 5.
Awesome story. To have a passion for something that would carry you into the latter days like that would just be, that's really, I think that's a big key.
Carry you out of an extreme injury like
Oh, yeah,
that. My
absolutely.
goodness.
Would not have pegged him at 98.
No,
He's a
no
very
way.
bright and still pretty active guy.
Wouldn't
no
wrestle him
doubt.
either.
Yeah.